Hello friends, it's Alexis and welcome to another round of TBR Pop. If this is your first time watching one of my TBR Pop videos, I will have a playlist linked below so you can check out the first one, but honestly, there's not too many rules. It's a pretty self-explanatory game. I have a dart, I'm gonna throw it at the balloons. On the back of those balloons is a reading prompt and I have to complete the reading prompt during the month. If I complete my TBR and read all of the books, I get a reward, and if I don't complete it, I get a punishment. Which brings us to last month's TBR, October, and the question, did I complete it or did I fail? I failed. I was so close to completing it. I only did not finish one book. I am still planning on reading this in the beginning of November because I really want to read it. I just ran out of time in October, so unfortunately that means we will be getting a punishment today. But before I pull that punishment, I do want to remind us that I have 2 leftover rewards from previous months that I have not used yet, and they could come in handy this month. So first up, I have a get out of jail free card, which basically allows me to just skip whatever punishment I get. If it's really bad, I'm definitely saving this for one of those. And I have a save and unhaul, because some of the punishments I could pull include unhauling books. It is time to pull a punishment. Okay, not looking. I'll let you look first. So I got add a failed TBR book to this month's TBR. Okay, there are a lot worse things we could get, and I actually think I have a good one for this, and it's a book I was already planning to read, so we can work on this. I will not be using one of my reward cards to skip this punishment. Okay, hopefully I do not come to regret this, because the book that I am adding onto this month's TBR that is off of a TBR I failed in the past, I believe it was actually from my November 2024 TBR, and that is 11/22/63 by Stephen King. Yeah, I'm gonna try and read this monster this month, maybe on the 22nd. I have tentative plans to do a 24-hour reading vlog for this, but I don't know if I know what I'm getting myself into for that, so no promises. I decided last year that I really wanted to read this. I actually did start it, and then the end of the year just got really hectic, and I wasn't able to finish it. So I will be going back and starting from the beginning, but I've heard just such incredible things about this one. I just really want to know what I'm missing out on. I have enjoyed Stephen King's books in the past, so I think there's a good chance I will like this one, especially because this is not a horror story. This is very different than a lot of his other stuff. This is actually sort of like a historical fiction romance with a little bit of sci-fi in there. There's a lot going on in this one, but essentially it is about a man who is able to travel back in time to November 22nd, 1963, and try to save President Kennedy from being assassinated. So even though it was a punishment and this now means I'm going to have to put 6 books on my TBR for the month, I am excited to get this one on the official TBR because I really want to read it soon. But with that out of the way, I think we can get into our game. All right, here we go. Row number 1, I am sort of feeling the dark blue color, and I'm thinking the 3rd row down, 4 in, that's what I'm gonna aim for our first balloon. Can I do it? Oh, so close. Purple is a nice color too though. So let's see what our first prompt is going to be. Buffalo. Okay, there is a pretty obvious book coming to mind with a buffalo on the cover and in the title. So I bet you can guess what that's going to be. And I'm not mad at it. This is a good one to read in November finally. And of course, for the buffalo prompt, I will be reading The Buffalo Hunter Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. Did you guess correctly? I do have to be honest that when writing this prompt, this is the book that I had in mind. So it's funny that it took the entire year to come up. but there are other books I could have picked for this too. This is a book that I've been looking forward to all year, but honestly, I've been putting it off because I'm intimidated by it. I did start reading it, I want to say back in April, because this was actually a birthday gift from my lovely friend Tiffany. We share a love of Stephen Graham Jones, and the reason I've been putting this off is I'm afraid not to like it. But the balloons have spoken, it is time, and I feel like it's kind of perfect anyways because November is Native American Heritage Month. I am very excited to get an Indigenous author on the TBR. This one is a chilling historical novel set in 1912 in the state of Montana, following a Blackfeet Indian named Goodstab as he haunts the field of the Blackfeet Nation looking for justice. And it's about vampires, so very excited for it. Okay, so we did not get the blue last time. Do we want to try for it again? You know what, yeah, why not? Let's see if we can do it this time. Oh my god, okay, it didn't hit. It's very close, but it did not hit. Where did I put my other darts? Oh my gosh. How did I lose darts? All right, let's try again. Let's maybe go for the blue in the same row, but more to the left. Let's see if we can get that one. Yes. Prompt number 2 is going to be a title font in a dark color. Okay, I feel like that's an easy one. All right, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous about this next one, but I have been saying I'm going to read it all year, and it's November, so we're running out of time. That's going to be Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. Like when I say all year, this was a Christmas gift, actually from Tiffany as well. So this month is just sponsored by Tiffany. Thank you. Yeah, it's finally time to get around to all of the wonderful gifts that she has gotten for me that I am just so thankful for. I cannot believe that I've made friends on the internet that love me enough to send me books, and I appreciate you guys so much. So back to this one. It is time. I've been dying to read some Robin Hobb, and in my head, November is for fantasy, so it's the perfect time for this one. This is the first book in the epic Farseer trilogy. It follows young Fitz, who is the bastard son of the noble Prince Chivalry, raised in the shadow of the royal court by his father's gruff stableman. Fitz is treated as an outcast by all the royalty except the devious King Shrewd, who has him secretly tutored in the art of the assassin. For in Fitz's blood runs the magic skill and the darker knowledge of a child raised with the stable hounds and rejected by his family. I'm so excited. I have only heard incredible things about this trilogy, about Robin Hobb's writing, about her ability to absolutely crush you into a million pieces, and I'm excited for it. Plus, it doesn't hurt that it's about an assassin. That is one of my favorite characters to follow in a fantasy novel. Okay, so we have purple and blue. How about the red in the top right corner, first row? Can we do it? Oh my god, how good was that? And prompt number 3, own voices. Okay. Good one. Another really great prompt, and this one works perfectly. I really need to focus on completing my yearly goals in the next 2 months of the year, so I will be adding Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer to the November TBR. So this one is a really beloved nonfiction, which was also a birthday gift, this one from my friend Melita. This one is all about Indigenous wisdom, scientific knowledge, and the teaching of plants, and it counts as own voices because the author is a member of the Citizen Potawatomi Nation. Robin is a botanist, and in this, she embraces the notion that plants and animals are our oldest teachers. She brings these lenses of knowledge together to show the awakening of a wider ecological consciousness requires the acknowledgement and celebration of our reciprocal relationship with the rest of the living world. For only when we hear the languages of other beings are we capable of understanding the generosity of the earth and learning to give our own gifts in return. I think this is going to be a very important read, and I'm super excited for it. Number 4, I am feeling right in the center, either that pink or green one. So we're gonna aim for them. Oh, I think we got the purple. Yep, that's gonna count. So prompt 4 is going to also count for my horror bingo board. That is going to be a debut book. I'm honestly surprised it took so long to get a horror bingo prompt. I know I wasn't aiming for them, but I clearly am not very good at aiming. And even though I wasn't aiming for this, I'm not mad about getting horror on the TBR. I'm always happy to read a horror book, but I just know that there were so many on my October TBR. I wanted to give some of my other books a chance, but the board had other ideas. So of course for this one, we will be reading a debut book. And if you have already seen my horror bingo TBR, you know what that's gonna be. If you haven't seen it yet, I will have it linked below so you can go get inspiration for your own horror bingo TBR. But this of course is going to be Beta Vulgaris by Margie Sarsfield. At this point of the year, I have talked about this book in so many videos. I would not be surprised at all if you were sick of this cover, because honestly, so am I. I'm determined. If one book is getting read this month, it's this one. I am not bringing it in to December. This one is being described as a weird girl horror book about a woman who starts working on a beet farm and the beets start talking to her. I think murder is also involved. I don't know. I don't need to know more. I'm excited to read it. Finally. Okay, and for our last throw, I still really want either that green or pink, so I'm gonna keep aiming for them. Oh my god, we're all around it. Come on, green or pink? Oh my god. Okay, this should be easier with a clear board. Yes, we did it. Prompt number 5 is going to be a new to you author. Okay, and for our final prompt, we got a new to me author, which also works out perfect because I really wanted to read this one this month, and that is If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. I mean, what is fall time if you're not reading a fluffy little fall rom-com? This is one that I bought at the beginning of October, and I have not stopped thinking about it since. I know October was reserved for horror books for me, but November is fall time, and it is time to read this cute little rom-com. And I am really in the mood for a cute little love story, so I hope this one delivers. The back of this one says, get comfy with this cozy, slow burn, yes, romance set in the autumnal glow of 1997 small town Vermont. My new next door neighbor Cliff seems to have everything figured out. Small town golden boy, check. Single dad extraordinaire, check. Hot baker forearms, I didn't notice them, I swear. I, on the other hand, don't at all have anything figured out. Trust me, I didn't think taking over my mom's dream bed and breakfast in Copper Run, Vermont was going to be easy. It should be a good place to heal after my divorce, but apparently my scones belong in the garbage with my small talk skills, as pointed out by none other than Cliff. Cliff is inescapable. He knows exactly what people need always. His charm, the way he wears flannel, and even his pastries make not wanting to be friends with Cliff and his daughter pretty hard. I think this is the perfect book to round out the November TBR. All right, that is a pretty good stack. Now let's just not talk about all of the other things I have to read in November that aren't on the official TBR. That is going to be it for the November TBR pop. Please let me know in a comment below what is one book on your November TBR that you are most looking forward to reading. And if you would like to just leave me an emoji to let me know you are here, let's go with anything orange. You pick your favorite orange emoji. But as always, friends, I hope you read a good book today, and I will see you soon in my next one. Bye.